All right, everybody. So, welcome back. Last session, you all had been making your way to the shores of Lake Baratok in order to essentially look into several missing children, namely a child belonging to the Mardukov family, hopefully to kind of build the bridges back between that family. There had been some other developments, as Esmeralda, of course, had been kidnapped earlier in your travels, taken by Strahd for who knows what reasons. And you also met with one Rudolph Van Richten, who had been posing as a traveling entertainer by the name of Rictavio here in the town of Valakai. Um, Van Richten was able to fill you in on some of the things that have been going on in Barovia over the past several years, and recommended that Petra stay with the Mardikovs, at least for a short time, while they figured everything out, and while Van Richten himself made his way to Castle Ravenloft to figure out what may have happened to Esmeralda. During all of this, you all did make your way to Lake Baratok and found an odd scene out on the lake. Um, there was a lone figure out on a boat, several dozen feet out into the water, and upon noticing you all, he tipped a burlap sack that was very suspiciously child shaped into the water. You were all able to rescue the little girl from the watery fate that whoever was in the boat had planned for her. But you quickly discovered that the man was essentially giving the little girl to a spirit that had been inhabiting that lake. Um, the spirit was obviously not very happy with the fact that you robbed her of her sacrifice and made her way to shore, first killing the man who had been sacrificing children to her, and then setting her sights on all of you, and namely the child. You were able to defeat this creature, and the Mardikovs themselves showed up shortly thereafter to thank you all and take the little girl, Arabelle, back to the Blue Water Inn. They were hinting at the fact that this creature that had been inhabiting the lake was not the first time that anyone had seen them. The older people of the village remembered speaking about and hearing about this creature for some time, and the Mardikovs took this as evidence that the Dark Times were officially back. That whatever reprieve they'd had for the past couple decades of the constant evil permeating this place, whatever had been providing that reprieve was now done. And things were about to start getting very bad for the people of Valakai and possibly all of the people of Barovia. So, now with their child and you having their thanks, the Mardikovs went back to the village, and you all crossed the lake to Mount Baratok. Um, you began scaling the mountains up, and about halfway up the mountain, you were confronted by Strahd. Strahd had taken the form, an airy form, taking on a vague shape of himself, beginning to talk to you, kind of trying to feel out your motives and whatnot, before, well, you all said some things that angered him a bit, implying that he should have reason to fear you all. He did not take well to that and thus attacked. You were able to defeat this manifestation. Presumably, well, obviously this wasn't be the last time that you would see Strahd, but it is safe to say that you all have incurred his ire at this point. But at the end of that fight, the wizard Mordenkainen revealed himself to you all, greeted you all, impressed with your handling of the elemental Strahd that you all had just faced off, and invited you back to his home, his makeshift home that he'd created here. He revealed to you all that he had been recently in a fight with Strahd, that he had learned of his weakened state, and had tried to confront Strahd in his castle, but failed. Strahd struck down Mordenkainen, scattered his staff and his other arcane tools throughout the area, and essentially left him powerless to dwell on the mountain. with all of you here, this is the moment that Mordenkainen had been waiting for. He had been hoping that a group of adventurers would make their way back in here, and thus he would be able to take on Strahd again. You all provide him with that opportunity, and just so happens that he is also one of your prophesied allies in the fight against Strahd and your quest towards freedom. So, after this conversation with Mordenkainen, he informed you all that he would be heading to the Sare Falls, the waterfall. He believes that is the location of his staff, while his spellbook is likely to be, well, he knows that it is in Barovia. Strahd left it there in the shadow of his castle as a kind of bait for Mordenkainen to eventually fall back into his clutches. So yeah, that is where we pick up today. You all have just left Mordenkainen's. Mordenkainen is making his way south to the Sare Falls, and that leaves you all to do what you will. You are just making your way down from the slopes of Mount Baratok and down to the Lake Zarovich. So, what would you all like to do?
I mean, we're probably gonna have to go into Valakai, right? Because at night the gates are closed. So
So we're already back across the lake?
If you have more business to do on the mountain, you can be on the northern shore, but otherwise, yes, you would have made your way across.
About how long does that take us?
About an hour and a half if you include the trek from the base of the mountain to the lake. So we'll call it an hour and a half. You all left early in the morning to start this, so we'll call it early evening at this point, probably 3 or 4 in the afternoon.
okay. Um,
And our wedding dress should be ready tomorrow morning or tomorrow evening?
Tomorrow morning.
Question is, do we have the money for that dress?
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, we had to pay like what 15 gold up front. Like, I don't know if we have to pay again. So
I'm just worried that a custom piece like this is gonna run us a lot of money.
I mean, I don't have much gold left, honestly. I'm hoping it's not that much.
We already agreed to the price, didn't we?
I mean, I believe we did.
I don't think we did.
Maybe not.
I don't think we did. That
Yeah,
doesn't look
he
like
asked for the 15 up front and said that the rest of the price would be decided when you picked up, I believe, unless somebody has a number.
Nah, it was like it was 15 up front because we kept on adding to it. So I'm assuming that's why prices fluctuated.
All right, well, let's lie low at the Blue Water until tomorrow morning and then head out promptly, I suppose.
I mean, in theory, the Martikovs are at least okay with seeing us. I mean, we saved their kid, and Van Richten talked to them, so hopefully, we're not in too bad of a relationship with them.
Yeah, I believe we've come to an understanding with them.
I mean, I still didn't want to die to those druids, but still.
So what'll it be, everyone?
Time to go to the Blue Water Inn, I guess.
Okay.
Agreed.
All right, everyone. So, making your way across the still waters of Lake Baratok is relatively easy, and then it's only a short walk from the lake back to town. So,
Oh,
go ahead.
we should do something to avoid the guard, probably.
Oh yeah, we probably should do that. Let's be real. I think we pissed off the guards. I don't think I have any spells to help us, disguise ourselves from them.
Try sticking to the back alleys. The blue water was near the center of town, right?
Here, we'll go ahead and do this. The blue water.
I could make us invisible if we want. And take a lot of resources for all. Oh no, actually, I can make one of us invisible because it's concentration. Never mind. That won't work.
So the blue water inn is there. You all are coming in from the north entrance up here.
So if we kind of cut through the sort of backfields here, we should be able to remain mostly, I won't say unseen, but not in the throng of the crowds.
I mean, as long as they're not selling any drugs, they should be fine, but hopefully nothing goes badly.
Is this area sort of in the northwest? Is
Mhm.
that like farmland or just open sort of field?
Open field.
So shall we? We'll just stick along the wall and cut into town near the blue water, I think.
I think that's a good idea.
Okay. All right, everyone. So, as you approach town, you can hear bells ringing. Hard to tell exactly where it's from, but it's safe to assume that it's likely coming from the Church of St. Andrew. But you do hear bells ringing as you all approach. You also hear sounds of just general unrest. People shouting, people sounding very unhappy, which is obviously a bit odd for Valakai. If you all remember, there was a bit of a law in place that was requiring people to be happy, but you can hear the disquiet as you all approach. Stealth checks. Group stealth check, please. We'll need the Steel Defender in there too.
I don't know what you mean, Sean. We're all happy.
As you all enter into the town. See if you can go unseen.
Oh no! Oh no!
Am I in heavy armor? Oh, it doesn't matter.
No shot!
So, you all make your way through the fields and then pop out onto town and staying low, hoods up. Staying low,
Nice.
hoods up, doing your best. And as soon as you step, so you're all like, okay, keeping the low profile. And then just as you step foot onto the street, a man steps in front of you and says, "There you are. Been looking everywhere for you all."
Look, if this is about the god that we encountered,
No. Well, it is about that, but I represent a very powerful family here in Valakai. And from what I've seen of my time watching you all since you've entered town the other day, it seems that our interests may be in line. My name is Uri, and I represent the Wachters, the Wachter family. It seems that you have no love for the Mardikovs. Rumor has it that they've had some ill dealings with you. And, on top of that, you seem to have made quite the enemy of the Burgomaster and his men. These are both our greatest enemies in this town, and though my lady Wachter has taken an interest in all of you, we have a bit of a proposal for you. And as he says that word, as he finishes that, you hear a man shout, "There they are! Stop! You will go no further. standing in the middle of the road near the Blue Water Inn is the Burgomaster and Izek.
Oops.
About
Well.
half a dozen guards. And as he shouts, you can see other guards beginning to converge from other places in the city, kind of converging on you all. And the Burgomaster shouts, "How dare you!" And he comes marching forward. You can see he's beet red, just bright, bright red. He shouts at the top of his lungs, "How dare you!" And says, "You think that you can just march into my town, pull the wool over my eyes, lie to my face, manipulate my men?" And he goes on like that for a while, just fuming.
Can I just like yawn in the middle of his speech?
Yeah, absolutely. So you see him just begin sputtering and just I'll have your heads on spikes for this.
We're trying to kill Strahd, you idiot.
Trying to
I
kill.
remember correctly.
He is dead, you fool! How dare you bring this hatred, this fear back into my house, into my village? You can see
not
people
wrong.
are gathering.
I mean,
He
you're
is
making
dead.
yourself look like a fool, honestly.
This is me! He's beet red, he is spitting and fuming. And you see a young man behind him, and he looks like he does not want to be there. You can see him trying to like kind of inch away, but the guards behind him are keeping him from moving.
Does he kind of look like the Burgomaster?
He
Do we
does.
think he might be the son?
Yeah, there is definitely a family
Actually-
resemblance.
Excuse
Okay,
me,
good.
who is the young man behind you?
Don't change the subject. My son saved me from your witchery.
I mean, you realize you could kill you and the entire family with his lab, correct?
The magics he deals with are dangerous.
The son raises his hand. "I'm but a simple practitioner. I just thought it was funny what you all did to my father, that's all." And the Burgomaster turns and backhands his son.
I mean, honestly, you're right. It was kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, we will see what is funny when your heads join the wolves outside. Izek, kill them. Kill them now. Kill them all. The large man with the demon arm steps forward. He has an axe, smiling.
This encounter was inevitable.
Yeah.
All this time I thought he was a Burgomaster, but it seems he's a queen. A drama queen.
All right. Perception checks, please, from everybody.
Is the Steel Defender not at full health, by the way?
Oh, no. Yeah, got its ass kicked by Strahd, as I recall.
You all have had a long rest. Does he heal during the long
Oh,
rest?
yeah, that's true.
Wait.
We had a long rest.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna question it.
Okay.
What kind of weapons were these guys holding?
Spears.
Okay.
All right, everybody. Let's go ahead and roll initiative. Those stealth checks were so bad. Everybody
No.
saw you all coming into town.
Crazy.
Two natural ones.
Yeah, it happens, man. It happens.
All right, we'll have the guards share an initiative. Everybody else gets their own.
Is the Defender's health bar a bug to everyone else?
That's a bug that's been happening a lot lately. Nobody in this game uses D&D Beyond, right? We already talked about that.
I do.
I haven't.
Oh,
no.
you do? Okay. So it's a bug that I just happen to be seeing in all of my games that have the D&D Beyond extension. I don't know if that's what's causing it, but if it does persist, the number isn't showing up above your Steel Defender. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see. So the bar is changing, but you're just not getting a number. Let's try this. Does that change anything?
Yeah, looks okay now.
Ah, nice. Now the bot can't see the number. That's weird. Okay, whatever.
Actually,
All
Carlotta
right.
has more health now.
Nice. Is everybody's health bar on their token correct?
Let me double
Yes.
check. Yes.
Awesome. All right. Izek steps out in front of everybody. The guards also begin to join them as they step forward, spears raised. The burgomaster is still standing back and fuming and raging at you all, screaming at the top of his lungs. He is not making a whole lot of sense. He is just a ball of rage and unhappiness at the moment. Wow, his fat ass got first. Okay. So, he is going to run away. Where did he start at? Right there. He's going to dash. And hide behind a box. Popping his head up to shout at you every now and then.
Of course he is.
Mm-hmm. Victor kind of looks around. He's like, Father, you didn't say I was going to have to fight anyone. I don't know what the hell... What am I supposed to do? And the father just yells back at him. He's like, kill them! Kill them, your inheritance is gone! He looks towards you all. Looks a little bit worried. He's like, ugh.
You don't need to kill us. I mean, he's just an idiot.
Make a persuasion check.
It's a good thing I have a plus 6, I believe, to persuasion. Fuck.
He kind of shrugs and says, sorry. Raises up his hand. And you all see him kind of reach out his hand, and he just makes like a little tossing motion, and you all see a little mote of fire
Fantastic.
making his way towards you all. It kind of floats down, and I need all of you to make dex saves.
Of course.
The laziest fireball ever.
Yep.
I'll cast Absorb Elements as a
Nice.
Are
reaction.
you kidding?
Same.
What are these rolls?
What? Oh
tonight?
no, so bad.
Absorb Elements would have been a great spell to take.
Casting Absorb Elements now.
15 succeeds.
Okay, good.
Wow, everybody fails. Okay. That is going to be 20 points of fire. Steel Defender succeeds.
So 10 halves.
So 20 was the roll, right?
20 was the roll, correct?
Successful save is 10,
Correct.
and Absorb Elements is 5. Okay.
That's a weak fireball for Bolivar. Everyone else is fucked up though.
Oh yeah, my health bar didn't update.
Mine either. It's weird, but my character sheet did.
Weird. Try refreshing you two, because I'm getting updates on my screen.
Okay, cool. Let's see.
Okay, so the guards are up next.
Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah, refresh worked.
Two of them, well, the three of them behind you all are staying still. They are holding actions. They're going to kind of move up to try and box you in, but they are holding their actions. The two up here are going to rush forward. And they are going to take spear attacks at Aurelia and Sam. Aurelia, ooh, they have pikes, not spears. Aurelia, that is a 13 to hit.
Oh, come on.
Oh, does 13 hit? Oh no!
Yeah.
That is going to be 8 piercing, Aurelia. Sam. It is only a 7 to hit you, Sam.
That'll miss.
Okay. Sam, you are up.
Alright. I am gonna just plop down with the bonus action the Unicorn Spirit.
Okay.
So, giant healing water. Oh shit, I had a thing. I was gonna do a thing, but I forgot. This is the dude with the giant arm, right?
Yes, it is.
Is he considered humanoid?
He is.
Alright. I'm just gonna like look at him and then in a very Darth Vader fashion, just gonna hold person.
Okay.
Let's cast this real quick.
He gets a 5 on his wisdom save. Fantastic.
Stand down, buddy.
Okay, so he's like grinning with his axe, and he goes to move and just freezes. Ah! Ah! Stuck.
And that'll be my
Paralyzed. The worst of the worst. Okay. Izek can do nothing but repeat his saving throw, is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
At the end of each of its turns. So at the end of his turn, he will attempt that saving throw again. That is an excellent shutdown. He gets a 13.
That is still fail. 15.
Nice. Ooh, wonderful. Okay. So Izek still paralyzed. Bolivar, you are up. Remember, any hit against him will be a critical hit.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that right now. I'll
Within
leave it
5
to you
feet.
again.
Yeah. Any attack that hits the creature is a critical. Okay, within 5 feet. Yep.
I'll leave it to him, to the marshals. I'm gonna move 2 steps, then Misty Step. Yeah. Here,
Ah!
and then I will use an action to do my hypnotic ability. So he needs to make a wisdom save.
His wisdom save result is... Ooh, a 24. Critical success.
Okay, he succeeds. No problem. So I'm just gonna kind of wave my hand. You are my puppet. But I'll leave it anyway.
He looks freaked out. He's like, what the fuck?
All right, that is my turn then.
Okay. Aurelia, you're up.
Okay. Man, this is a sticky situation for me.
Oh yeah, you took a lot in that first round.
Alright, whatever. I forgot to do something. What it is. I'm gonna cast Mirror Image on myself.
Okay.
And then... I am gonna give Bardic Inspiration to Voranis, and on my turn.
Right, Veronis, you're up.
Okay. Checking all my new spells, but instead I think I'm gonna look at the paralyzed guy with an axe and a demon hand, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna line up and take some sharpshooter shots
Okay.
at his neck.
You have advantage. That's a
I
hit.
needed it,
Yeah. 18. Fantastic.
and I'm gonna take another one because we're level 5 now.
That is also a hit. Let me... Does he get saves after he's hit with hold person? Another 19. Awesome.
I don't think so.
No,
Check
it
out my succeed
doesn't look
wisdom
like
saving
it.
throw. At the end of each turn. No.
Okay, awesome.
Just stuck.
Fantastic. Okay. That's gonna bring us to the Baron, who's gonna stick his head up over the thing. Say, Izek, you fool! Kill them! Don't just stand there! Kill them now!
Can I go with Carlotta,
Sorry, go ahead.
who's going to charge up in front of
Oh,
Izek and
nice.
give the double barrel
11 doesn't hit. Bummer.
Yeah, that is a bummer. Okay, then I'm done.
Oh no. Okay. What I said earlier. That does bring us to Victor. He's looking down at Bolivar. His hands are up. He's like, I don't want any trouble. Just do it what my dad says to do. And then he's going to do something to Bolivar. Actually, Bolivar, make an intimidation check.
Okay, let's see.
He was already pretty scared of you. Let's see.
I'd be frightened too if a guy teleported in front of me and started waving his hands in front of me.
Yeah, like you are my puppet. Like what the fuck is this?
Oh yeah, like a half puppet man. Like goddamn, that's scary.
Victor casts greater invisibility on himself.
Yeah.
Greater invisibility.
Oh wait a minute, that's bad.
Yeah, that's really bad.
Well,
This
Alice
guy's
doesn't
got
know
good
that
spells.
that's a 6th level spell, but
No, it's a 4th.
is it?
Greater
It's
invis is a
yeah,
4th level spell, yeah.
Well, apparently I don't know that either.
I would know because I played a bard before with the greater invisibility spell. So
I love how we can see him.
Yeah, it's like you should probably detach that from him.
But because of the unicorn spirits, we can get if we actively look for him in the aura, we can actually find him.
Nice.
oh,
Bolivar, what's your passive perception?
Let's see.
Is it higher than 10?
Yes.
That man ran away.
All right.
You don't know how far he went, but you definitely saw and heard like the dust fly up from under his feet and flee.
Nice. Cool. Virgo
All
Master's
right.
next.
Does bring us to the guards. I think we'll have one more of them enter the fray. Veronis, only a 4 to hit. And then we'll have these two both go with the Steel Defender, the one going after Izek. It's a 15 and an 18 for the Steel Defender.
Oh, those both hit, yeah.
Okay, total of 15 piercing.
Yeah, that's bad.
Sam, you're up.
All right, I'm gonna try and go for a little bit of a scare tactic here. I'm arm still reached out in this like force choke, very look, but I'm gonna walk up to this guy and put my arm around his neck and cast Inflict Wounds.
Ooh.
Because it is a melee spell attack
Yeah.
that counts for the crits.
Yes, it does. Oh my god, okay. 16 hits. 26 definitely hits. Right.
So it is 3d10 and then another 3d10.
You can either do that or you can just double this number. You can choose.
Sure, double the number.
Okay, so that's 36 points of necrotic.
Nice.
All right. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Izek has a ton of health.
yeah.
Izek had a ton of health.
Because I did about 37 points of damage on my turn.
Oh man, this man's gonna break. He's gonna kill us.
You don't know that.
All right. Sam, anything else?
That's all I can really do here. Yeah, that's all I'll do.
Okay. We get around to the end of Izek's turn again, and he gets to make that wisdom save. The result is only a 6. Jesus, okay, he's still paralyzed.
He stays.
Yeah. Bolivar.
Now that the wizard's gone, I'm gonna. Should I go for Izek or the Burgomaster? All right, let's go for Izek. Burgomaster's a wimp, and we'll copy what Elephant Man Sam did and
Okay.
inflict wounds.
Oh,
So here we
yeah.
go. 13 to hit.
Checking. 13 just hits.
Okay. 30 necrotic then.
30?
Yeah,
You
it's a
did
crit,
say
though, right?
double the
Yeah.
damage right there, or double the
Yeah.
dice.
Yeah, okay. Alright, Izek is looking rough, everybody. Like, real bad.
And I'll move back over. I'm gonna start heading towards the Burgomaster. That's my turn. Oh, you know what? I'll move my familiar to use the help action against this guy here.
Okay.
That's it.
Aurelia.
How much of an idiot am I? How much wisdom do I have? 10? Okay. Alright, that's complete justification for what I'm about to do then. I'm gonna cast Dissident Whispers on the guy in front of me.
Okay. 14 wisdom. The guard gets a 6.
Alright. He takes 10 psychic and has to move 30 feet away from me.
He
as a
takes 10
reaction.
psychic screams and dies.
Oh, never mind. That works. Yeah, I can just back up over here then, and I'm just gonna end my turn.
The guards that haven't entered the fight, you can see them kind of like taking shuffling steps back after seeing you all just completely murder that man and laying into Izek like he's just a pinata. Veronis, you're up.
Right. See, I don't really have a lot of multiple attack options. And I want to believe my party has Izek handled. It's not a guarantee.
I mean, I'd be afraid if an elephant man and a gnome started wrecking my boss. I mean,
Veronis is going to do a sweet action dive into the bushes over here.
Nice.
And which guards are we going to go after?
it's up to you.
We'll take a shot at this one first. Sharpshooter.
Which one? Okay. Okay.
You do have Bardic Inspiration just in case, too.
Yeah.
You have advantage for any reason?
No. I mean,
Okay.
I could. Is the Bardic Inspiration or the Sexual Inspiration more valuable?
Well, Bardic is not going to get you there.
Okay.
I think mine. Let me check what mine is. I think it's a D8.
I think you're still level 5. You might be D8 now.
Let me double check that. I didn't check that before. D8 at 5th level. Yes.
Okay, so a D8, an 8 will get you there if you want to risk it.
No, it's alright. It's not that important. I'll just take a second shot.
Okay.
Alright.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever.
If I know
That's
anything
fine.
about what number's bigger than the other, I think you still don't hit.
Thunk, thunk. Both miss.
All right.
Sharpshooter woes. Carlotta, though. I think they'll try to ensure the closer here, and Carlotta will try to smash Izek one more time.
Awesome. That's a hit.
For 8 damage.
8. Oh my god, so close. Okay.
No.
Izek
God.
is just like wavering on his feet, rolling back and forth, still can't move, still locked in his position when he's about to swing his axe. Anything else from Veronis?
Nope, I'm gonna cower in the bushes.
Okay.
Hope I don't get stabbed 40 times.
So now the Baron's ire is being directed towards Izek, all of you, and all his guards. He is vowing that he is going to put every last person here. He starts waving around to the people gathered around and watching. Everyone is going in stalks if they don't kill the 4 of you. every single person. He starts saying some crazy shit. Like, he will lock up every single person's family, all of this kind of stuff. Brings us to the guards. Let's see, I need to make a persuasion check or an intimidation check for Baron. He gets a critical success. The 5 remaining guards rush at all of you.
Shit.
Okay, Aurelia, the guard at you. It is only an 8 to hit. Varanus, you have 2 pikes coming your way. That is an 18 and a 14
The 18 hits.
for 3 piercing.
That's not so bad.
Sam, it's a 12 to hit you.
Miss.
Right, and for the Steel Defender, that is going to be a 16
Yeah, that hits.
for 3 piercing. Bolivar, it's only a 7 to hit you.
Cool. I block it with my hook.
Okay, Sam, you are up.
Do a little bit of healing here. My healing word, Aurelia. So let's do this.
Nice, that's a good healing word.
8 healing. But because of Disciple of Life, you get an additional 3 healing, and because of the unicorn, everyone gets 4.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Everyone in what radius from you?
It's from where I put. You're
Oh,
at
shoot.
30, so
Sweet.
you're good.
Thank you.
Gets 4 healing off that.
Actually, Carlotta's a construct. Does she count?
Yeah, I was gonna say, does Carlotta count too?
Did we decide that already? Well, I guess-
It depends on how the unicorn spirit applies.
Yeah,
the
how's it
healing,
worded?
Unicorn Spirit. What's it supposed to be?
In addition, if you cast each creature of your choice, all right, equal to your druid level. So
Yeah, this is a better question. Can Carlotta benefit from things like Cure Wounds or Healing Word and things like that?
It's not specified, although it is specified that she gets healed by mending and such.
Right.
I mean, the thing is, unicorn spirit says each creature of your choice equal to your druid level,
Right, but
which
healing word
doesn't
specifically-
specify constructs or undead. So I would assume maybe.
Right, so the healing is coming from the spirit, not healing word at this point. Because healing word
Right.
specifically says no constructs.
Does it?
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna go
Yeah.
ahead and say that Carlotta cannot benefit from Healing Word, Cure Wounds, or any other healing effect that targets creatures.
Okay, then.
Okay. Alright. And then I'll bring out what's it called? The quarterstaff, and then just, try and bonk this guy in the head.
Okay. That's a hit.
Yep.
All right, so you crack Izek upside the head. You all hear a sick thud and a crack, and he drops. Everybody looks very concerned. You hear the burgomaster start shouting things like impossible, there's no way, he's invincible, all these things. Still continuing to threaten literally everyone around him.
That's my turn.
Okay. Bolivar.
I'm gonna step here, and I'm gonna anchor a web between those crates and that building
Nice.
to make sure I get the burgomaster in it. So I will cast it. He just, I think he saves at the beginning of his turn. Each creature starts a turn, yeah. So on the start of its turn, it's gonna make a dex save, and that's my turn. I'll just move right here. I'll move really close. That's it.
All right, Aurelia.
Since Vicious Mockery has a 60-foot range, I would like to Vicious Mockery the Burgomaster.
All right.
You fat fool! How could you let this happen? Will be my insult to him. That's a really low roll for level 5. Goddamn.
He begins shrieking in terror. He is thoroughly mocked. Takes 3 points of psychic.
And I will end my turn since I have Mirror Image.
Ronus.
I'd like to stand out of the bushes to whatever extent my approximately 3 feet of height is able to.
All right. Just your
And I'll-
just your head pops up.
Yeah. And my crossbow, which pokes out just below my head. And I'll point it at the guard. And I want to tell him, you don't have to die here. You are not his ex-equal. The Burgomaster has no power over your life or death than we do right now. Run, and you have a chance.
Make an intimidation check at advantage.
Find it.
17. Fantastic. They begin to lower their spears, eyes going wide. They keep glancing between you and the Burgomaster. They are not going to attack you. They obviously can't run away yet because it's not their turn, but they have lowered their weapons.
And Carlotta is going to mend slightly.
Okay.
Thank you. Sharpshooter applies to everything.
Carlotta only heals 1 damage.
Right. Anything else from Varanus?
Nope.
Right. So, the Baron.
Yes.
Baron has to make a dex save, yeah.
Strings wrap around his hands. They're trying to manipulate him like a puppet.
He gets an 11.
Okay, that's a fail.
He begins shrieking threats, talking about how he's going to have every single person watching that is not helping hung from the highest rafters of every building. He looks over and sees Father Donovan. He says he's going to burn the church to the ground. He is just shouting and threatening everybody. His face is red and fuming, and you all hear a woman's voice call out and say, "Enough of this madness!"
Oh no.
See a woman emerge from the crowd. Elderly, probably in her late 60s, early 70s. Very, very finely dressed. She is far too well dressed for just wandering about in the streets. Her hair is all done up in a big updo. Let's see if I have a picture for y'all. Lady Fiona Wachter. No good picture.
Oh
Okay.
boy.
So, you hear as much as people begin parting, and you hear people whispering, "This Lady Wachter," and the 2 guards in front of you, Varanus, have thoroughly put their pole arms down, and they look around to each other, and she approaches, and she says, "Vargas, what has become of you?" As she looks towards the Burgomaster, and he shouts back at her, "You stay out of this." Things like that. "Stay out of this. I'll have you hung as well. You have no power here." And then she kind of just sadly shakes her head, and she turns and addresses the massive crowd behind her. She says, "This is the man you allow to lead you? Look at him. He breaks his own laws with every word he speaks. Happiness? Joy? All the things he's imprisoned you for, he shows you all now. She goes on like that for a few sentences, talking about how the burgomaster has literally murdered people for being angry, for being sad, for not showing joy. She then says, and after all of that, the dark times are back. And you hear her talk about the Lady of the Lake, the ghost that you all fought earlier, and how that spirit has been gone for so long. And yet, now, she's back. She goes on.
Actually, sorry.
Oh, go ahead, yeah.
I would, after she says that, I would say, actually, we've taken care of that as well.
She looks towards you, her eyes go wide. Saviors, then! Friends to all! And he would have them murdered in the streets. Do you all remember? Some of you do, some of you are too young. A time before. A time when we were safe. When we were held in the embrace of the true Lord of these lands. She looks to the east. Come back under my embrace, under our embrace. Come back into the warmth of Lord Strahd's embrace.
Oh, God.
I mean, you are an idiot. You realize for saying that, right?
You say that out loud to her.
No.
Okay.
No, I know damn well if I said that would be really bad.
She says that this place can be a place of safety once again, and we will no longer have to go through these weekly celebrations that have done nothing for the people here. And she gestures towards all of you and says that all of you have shown yourselves to be true allies of this town. And she looks towards you and says, she kind of glances her gaze around to each of you, and hopefully true allies to her as well. Kind of see her mouth words, but all four of you hear her speak into your mind. She hasn't spoken these words out loud, but all four of you hear in your mind, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. And if you are enemies of the Baron and enemies of the Mardikovs, then you are my friends.
Oh, jeez.
I'll just nod to her.
Sam is doing his usual la 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 in his brain.
So, she looks to the guards now, and looks to the trapped Baron, and she tells the guards, aren't you tired of all of these false celebrations? Aren't you tired of pretending to be happy? Wouldn't you rather just be safe? Arrest Baron Vargas. See me back to my seat of power here, and you all will be rewarded greatly. Before she even finishes, the guards are already making their way over to Vargas. Bolivar, they start cutting him out of your
webs. You wanted the 200 gilded acorn, right, EMS?
Yeah.
I mean, we're... I mean, why not, right?
Take my glasses off. Another pair are still on. Just clean. You're broke.
I really don't know if now's the time to posture for resources.
Oh, god damn it, you post the gift before me.
The guards begin to arrest the Baron. He is shouting all the while. Lady Wachter looks around, and her eyes stop on a bush back behind where you were standing, Bolivar. She says, Victor, looking straight over towards an empty spot in the bush. You all see the bushes rustle and some footsteps in the dirt come out. This is all right, Victor. I know that there is no love lost between you and your father. You will be safe during this transfer of power. He appears. Can I keep the house? She nods, and the Baron's just like staring at him with his jaw dropped. His son turns and walks away.
So the son's walking before the son walks away.
Yeah.
I just shout out, "Hey, I got a question for you, buddy. If you can just stick around for like a minute or two."
So I'll be at home.
Okay.
He says that he kind of says something to the effect of that he would rather not see what's about to happen to his dad.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough.
So, the town goes from unrest to a strange kind of celebration as they begin to parade the burgomaster through the town.
Oh.
They shout at him, saying things along the lines of, this man is obviously responsible for a lot of deaths, right? So they are calling for revenge, calling out the names of family members, and eventually they wind him all the way back to the stocks, and they lock him up in one of his own stocks over there.
Yes. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying.
Yeah, this whole process takes several minutes. Lady Wachter is pontificating and talking to everybody, making grand announcements about how there won't be any more festivals and how people can just be, and that they are soon to be safe. She is going to see Valakai back into the loving arms of Strahd, and he will keep them all safe from this place.
Yeah, so does she kind of stop paying attention to us after this whole Burgomeister affair
Yeah.
kicks off?
She's not. Her focus is certainly not on you at the moment.
Politics be that way. Just
Yeah.
use us and toss us aside.
Oh, perhaps we should retire for the moment. We have a lot to discuss, obviously.
Yeah. I don't know about the politics of all this, but I think we gotta kind of go along with what's going on for now, and then see what's gonna happen. So.
We should also probably speak to the Martikavs and see what's their take on this. Are any of the Markovs around in the crowd? Like, just
No,
kinda like
no.
located?
They are very much all staying inside the blue water. They did not want any part of this.
Considering apparently their mortal enemy just took over the town.
Right, but
Because of us.
All right, so as you turn to walk away from this scene, the same man who bound you all is standing directly in front of you all again. Says, it's been probably 20 minutes since that whole scene, maybe about as much as a half an hour since that whole scene happened. So he would have found you wherever you all were in the town. And he says, My Lady Wachter would like to thank you all personally for your assistance in these grave matters and these unfortunate events. She invites you to breakfast tomorrow morning. He says you all are to join her at Wachter House at 10th bell. Tips his hat towards you. Says that it would be unwise to refuse, and then walks away.
Did he just threaten us?
I
Do you
mean,
think it would be wise to refuse her offer?
we'll have nothing better to do. I mean, we can talk to her, then get the dress, then make our way to Kresk. I mean,
there's a chance that we can actually get the real thing now.
A
what?
very good
Okay.
chance. Our luck has changed for the better.
Speaking of, where is the wife here somewhere?
Oh no, she is nowhere to be seen.
Okay.
I don't know that the wife wants to see us. Her
I doubt
reaction
she
last time was
Right.
I mean,
There's a
to be
shelter in the fucking building.
to be fair, I mean, she'll probably be dead. Let's be real. I mean, if she, obviously what Wachter did to the husband is any indication, the wife is probably gonna be dead too.
She did let the sun go.
What did you mean, by the way, Bolivar, about his dealing with dark, destructive powers? Was that all a bluff?
No, the wife alluded to the son running strange experiments. And we just witnessed powerful magics, powerful than even mine, from him.
I mean, yeah, we all got scorched by some sort of fireball, I think. I don't know how to describe it, but
Yes, they were not mere parlor tricks. He definitely wields power beyond a standard street magician.
I mean, he did find it hilarious that I put that enchantment on the son, the father. I mean,
Yes,
thankfully, I believe him to some extent that it was hilarious to him, but
I believe his maturity level is not quite at a point where malice would overtake him, but because of his immaturity, he is certainly subject to manipulation from more powerful forces. We must
yeah.
be
But
careful.
have you ever heard of those kids that are like, very immature but also very malicious to the point where they'll kill their parents? Like, that's probably like that's probably his mindset. Let's be honest. I mean,
It's like
I mean, how many?
Do
it's like
true
a
po- do
gorilla
true
listens
crime
to all
podcasts
crime
exist?
Yes.
I mean, it's like, he finds hilarity in removing an enchantment off his father. Like, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he was a bit malicious and also just immature for his age. I don't know how old he is, but
Look, I doubt they were a loving family.
Yes.
well, the
Regardless,
father.
I don't think we are in danger. He just reacted because he thought he was in danger from us, but ran away instead of choosing to fight.
Look,
So
I
I don't
wanted
think
him to be on our side. I'm not gonna lie. I want a powerful wizard on our side too. Besides, was he bald? That guy on the mountain, right? I
Morning,
don't
Canyon.
remember.
I'm over here, like standing slightly offended, like just stepping away a little.
Me too. Me too. But at the same time, I know where my magic comes from. I'm gonna say, Mordenkainen is far more powerful than any wizard in this land. I can assure you of that.
Right. Well, I was thinking with this, the lady whose name I consistently can't remember. Who was the new Burgomeister?
Oh, Wachter, Lady Wachter.
Wachter. With regards to this meeting with Wachter, given the sensitive nature of events, maybe it would be best if we weren't all there. Perhaps.
Yeah, in case we all die there. Yeah, I get you. That makes sense.
Honestly, I think it's better for all of us to be there. I mean, I don't know. Like, I think we should be there.
I
kinda
think she
don't want-
said it was going to be unwise for us to not go or accept the invitation. Not that I'm scared or anything. It's just seems unwise.
I mean, like I said, it's like honestly, like I just feel like I don't want to, have any
the
of us
bear.
executed because we didn't go to breakfast. But
That'd be a shitty reason to be killed.
Yeah, it sounds preposterous once it comes out of your mouth.
Those yesterday. Yeah.
it sounds preposterous. But at the same time, do you know where you are, Bolivar?
Indeed. I plan on attending. I think it would be unwise to not go.
Fair enough.
Wait, Sam,
Oh,
what,
she
did
might
Sam
have
back
been
off far enough? Where the hell are you, Sam?
What?
Why are you over there? Why did you back off? You okay?
I'm admiring the view, and I'm also looking. Is there anybody still like the lady that was getting put into those into the shackle thing? Is she still there, like alive, or have they all been released? If they were alive.
Oh yeah, everybody that was being held has been released now, and the only one in the stocks is the Burgomaster. There's a group of about 30 or 40 townspeople throwing vegetables and other not so pleasant things at him.
One thing I do find interesting before we continue, the Burgomaster seemed to have a hold of the town, and now it's come to light that Strahd himself was not happy about it, but yet could do nothing about it. It wasn't until we interfered that Strahd's puppet decided to make her presence known. Why could Strahd not handle this before? Perhaps the burgomaster had some sort of power that Strahd was not able to fight against.
I mean,
Honestly, I think it's more likely that Strahd just doesn't care.
or he just doesn't want to leave his castle.
But his puppet could have interfered before now.
Well, we
It's
took
clear
out the
he wasn't
muscle.
happy about it.
Well, yeah, what Sam said, we took the muscle out, and now she's able to get in.
It is important to
That
note that
makes
you
sense.
waited until the moment Izek was dead to do anything.
That is an important note, yes. Well, that makes sense.
Besides, the old burgomaster was making the town miserable. I'm sure Strahd was not upset about that.
I mean, they were probably singing, some strange songs or doing some festivals. I mean, if I were to do some sort of fire festival, that would be really weird. Let's be real.
Yep. I can just picture it right now.
Although, to be fair, I've heard weirder songs. There was one festival in Mordent. We were singing about the 21st night of September. I don't know why it was specifically the 21st night of September, but still.
As EMS goes over to Izek, it does
Huh?
kind of jog my memory a bit about the fact that Izek had a demon arm.
Yeah.
We should probably take a look at that.
If I remember, I think we did an Arcana check and determined that I think it was a barb devil hit.
That is
arm or
accurate.
whatever.
The arm of a barbed devil.
Holy, okay.
Yeah,
I
'cause
forgot
think
Yeah,
about that.
that was like the most clutch hold person ever. Like,
Yeah.
let's just let me just so his average output for damage is 32 points in a round.
Wow.
That's just average. That's not anything else.
He could have wiped us with after the fireball.
Yeah.
That man had a little over 100 hit points, if I can recall.
Who
112.
cast hold her person on him?
Sam. Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
It's clutch. Super clutch.
Hell yeah.
At range, he's about 24 points average at range.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he was that fight.
Oh
Well,
my god. I've been up against Izek before, but I have never heard those numbers. God
and
damn.
then of course not directly aggressing towards the sun was also a good move.
Well, I was kind of thinking after he died, this sort of minion syndrome, like, we just killed the baddest guy in town. You guys, you have a shot, right? You're
Yeah.
going to keep trying to kill us.
Yeah, Izek was most definitely the muscle behind that whole operation. With him down, the whole thing crumbled.
But yeah, he has a barbed devil arm. I'd like to look
Yeah,
at
barbed
that.
devil arm. And as far as loot goes, Sam, go ahead and roll 2d10.
Ooh.
Nice. He has 28 gold pieces in assorted change on him.
Ooh. 28 gold pieces.
He has a battle axe. I don't know if anyone's interested in that, but he does have... Let me double check something real quick.
I am not proficient in battle axes.
That is a +1 battle axe.
Do you want to be? Could technically use it.
I mean, you can make anything, any magic weapon becomes your proficiency, right?
I'm small, so I
Yeah,
have
that's the big
disadvantage.
It's not a great axe, it's a battle axe.
Oh, battle axe.
Right, but
I
if
mean-
a magical weapon doesn't it kind of go to your size or something?
Yeah, we do use magic resize in this, so if a weapon's too big for you, it'll size to you appropriately. Same with armor.
Yeah, I could technically use it, thanks to being a battle master.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh
magical
yeah,
weapons.
cause battlesmith. Yeah.
7 gold to everyone, I guess. Just
Yeah, battlesmith, not battle master. That's something else.
Yeah, when did you suddenly become a battle master, sir?
I'm multi-talented.
All right, so +1 battle axe. I'll go ahead and drag that from the compendium. Anyone, whoever's going to use it, drag it from the compendium onto your character sheet.
I'll put it in my bag for now if nobody else immediately wants it.
I don't think I'm proficient anyway, so.
This is a very low item campaign, I'm noticing.
What?
I was just looking at it like, wow, we haven't really gotten much gold
No,
or
there's just
anything.
not. There's just not a lot. Yeah,
Not
this
that
is your
we've
this
had-
is your first
I
official.
think it's
magic
all in the Amber Temple. I remember Amber Temple is the only part of this campaign that I've played in Adventures League, and people would play it just to get the items from it.
There are some really good items in the Amber Temple,
Yeah.
and a lot of the items. I mean, I don't want to give anything away, but a lot of the items are very like hidden. Like you have to look in this one particular spot of this one particular house and this one it's all, a lot of this stuff is hidden like that.
I have an idea now for our next long rest. It's gonna be great.
He's gonna put Slinky onto the battle axe.
Nice. How is the Slinky doing, by the way? I feel like it approved of you saving the little girl, and I feel like it didn't know how to feel about Mordenkainen.
I'm gonna grab the Slinky and hold it up and release it in midair. It defies the laws of physics. This doesn't make sense. And hand it back to Sam.
I believe I can fly.
If you set it above the ground, a mystical flight of stairs will appear for it to slinky down.
Nice.
Oh my god.
Weren't like scientists like baffled about the physics of the Slinky for a long time?
Yeah, it's still
Yeah.
used in
For this
physics
figure.
class. It's still used in physics classes to demonstrate weird like interactions, like the tension. I think it's like something about a tension law or
tension.
something like that. Yeah, where like
Yeah.
if you drop it, like it doesn't seem like it's dropping. Like the bottom kind of lifts
Yeah,
up to.
it won't
yeah.
move until the top catches up to the bottom
Yeah.
half or something. Yeah.
I haven't been paying much attention to Blinky. We've had a lot going on. There was a witch and then an insurrection and a wizard in between all of that. Strahd.
Nice. All right, everybody. So the rest of the evening is yours. What would you all like to do?
The good question.
Yeah.
Will we heading back to the Blue Water?
I mean, I think it's best to get some information off of them to see what their take is on the whole situation.
Right. Before we move on, I did want to look at the arm, like specifically how he managed to attach it to his seemingly human body.
Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Guidance.
Nice, very nice. Okay, this appears to be a curse of some kind. He did not attach it to himself as much as it seems to have burst forth from his torso. The areas around the upper shoulder are very raw and weeping, almost like it's an open wound where it connects to his shoulder. Yeah, he did not attach this to himself. It was foisted upon him.
Is there anything that I can kind of, take from the arm? Like any scales or spikes or anything that could be useful?
Go ahead and make a survival check.
Guidance.
Let's do survival and medicine.
Survival and medicine. Right?
Yeah, this will be a
Survival
twofold. Okay, so you pass the survival.
and medicine. Oh, sad.
Okay. All right. So you're able to begin kind of peeling away bits of this, but once you're starting to work in there, you strike something odd, maybe a nerve or something in there, and the arm does shrivel up after that.
Last thing with the arm, with my 26 Arcana, can I get any sort of impression or remnants of what kind of spell, assuming spell, might have done this?
Yeah, with your 26, this is a curse that had to have been specifically put on by mid to high level devil.
Oh, wait, what?
Not a spell, a curse.
Interesting.
He was touched by the lower planes somehow. This wasn't something he or anyone of this plane did. Which is especially odd, considering that this plane is supposed to be a sealed space.
I mean,
We came through.
Yeah, and divinity, like divine powers and things like that, can still reach here. It's not like Eberron where it works in a complete vacuum. Like you can still access other places from here.
Fair enough.
It's also, I did forget something, Sam. As you were searching Izek's body, you also found a small doll that looks exactly like Petra.
God damn it.
Do you guys want this, or should we just toss this aside?
Is this a Blinsky doll, or
It is. It's one of the many. It's one of the many dolls that Blinsky had made for him.
is that supposed to be Petra?
oh, that's right, you never came to Blinsky's. And I'll pull out my own Petra doll that I took from his store. Apparently, he was making a lot of these.
What the hell are you doing with that? Get that, throw that in a fire pit. The fuck is wrong with you?
Well, it seemed relevant to hold on to, given our circumstances.
You know, Petra should ask her royalties for her likeness.
She better be. I don't want to look at that. I'm gonna turn away. You do something with that doll.
It's just a doll.
I don't care. It looks creepy. It's Petra. I know her. It's just no.
All right. Well,
All right, so to the blue water then.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. All right, everybody, let's go ahead and take our break, and when we come back, we will arrive at the blue water.
we get to
Alright.
betray the Mardikovs again.
Again.
Yay.
All right, back
Love
in
it.
10.
Third time's a charm. BRB.
All right, everybody. So, making your way away from this whole scene and to the Blue Water Inn, you do eventually make your way to the structure, and you can see gray smoke issuing from the chimney of a large two-story wooden building. Stone foundation, a sagging little roof. You can see it's kind of bent in a little bit, upon which several ravens have perched. A painted wooden sign hangs above the main entrance, depicting a blue waterfall. You can
Do
hear
a
no
quick-
small amount of commotion inside.
If I do a quick sort of scan of the nooks and crevices, do I see like a bunch of rats or anything like that?
Make a perception check. Okay. You don't see any rats, anything like that, just lots of ravens. An unusual amount of ravens.
Head inside.
All right. So as you enter in, music suddenly rushes over you. You begin to hear it as you approach, and as you make your way inside, this appears to be one of the only places that you've been to in Barovia that people seem genuinely kind of happy. There are people gathered at tables, drinking, several dark-haired people that appear to be members of the Mardukov families interspersed throughout the good 24 people that are in this place. And you see Petra, also sitting at a table with two Mardukovs, the elder, Davian, that you have met before, as well as a younger Mardukov. And, yeah, Petra waves you over. She doesn't seem like super happy. I mean, some shitty things have been happening for her lately, but she definitely seems to be in better spirits.
Is she with The head Mardukov?
She's with Davian, yes, the one that was at the Blue Water Inn, and yeah, the main one that you've been interacting with mostly so far.
Petra, it's good to see you again.
She would say likewise that it is wonderful to see you all again. She says that she got a chance to speak to Rick Tavio before he left, and he made out for Castle Ravenloft just about an hour and a half ago. He seemed very hopeful that he may be able to rescue Esmeralda, and so Petra is in much better spirits now.
I mean, we'll see about that. I mean, I'm hoping he's able to do it, but you never know.
Petra has unwavering faith in Van Richten. She seems to look up to him very much so. She seems convinced that if anybody can help, as it is him.
Davian, you and your family, I'm sorry to say, may want to make yourselves sparse once again.
Says, he says that the word of what happened in the square earlier has reached them. Make an insight check.
Guidance.
Go ahead and roll your guidance. 14. Okay. So, from what you can tell, he does not seem to... He says that he's aware of what happened earlier in the square and all that kind of stuff. He does not seem suspicious of you. So, the interactions between the Wachter spy and Lady Wachter herself, obviously Lady Wachter, her only direct interaction with you all was telepathically. But he does not seem suspicious of you at all. So, presumably, word of Lady Wachter thinking you an ally has not reached them. So, he says that there is nothing to worry about. That the Mardukovs and the Blue Water have been in this town through generations. They've seen rises and falls of people in power, including those like Lady Wachter and her family who have been loyal to Strahd. He says that the Blue Water and the Mardukovs and the Keepers of the Feather have always been too much trouble for Strahd to deal with, and he's been happy to let them operate, as long as they don't directly interfere with him too much. He says he has no reason to believe that that is any different than it was 20 years ago.
I mean, we'll see what happens, though. I mean, I am very skeptical at her rising in power, but I mean...
He says that it's a return to normalcy for this place. Lady Wachter was in power before Strahd reclused himself. The only reason that the Burgomaster was able to come to power is because Strahd disappearing just happened to coincide with a festival that he threw. So the people believe that he was responsible for it.
That does remind me, Davian, we were speaking with Van Richten.
Rick Tavio, he corrects you. Kind of looks around suspiciously.
Good point. Are you truly, you and your family, of a supernatural persuasion?
He gives you a wink, and when he opens his right eye back up, it is yellow. Bright yellow like a raven's. He blinks and it's back to normal.
Oh, so you really are those,
Yes,
Okay.
Aurelia, those. We noticed the roof. Can assume that the walls have ears.
He nods and he says, "We like to keep an eye on what goes on around town." He asks how Blinsky's doing.
Great as always. Still up to his strange toys.
He would nod and say that he is indeed a strange one.
Have
Yep.
I shown you this one? I take the little Strahd doll that I bought from him.
He kind of frowns at it and he says, "It is an uncanny likeness. Almost unsettling."
Yeah, went to the shop once to help them with a payment, and I don't think I want to return to that shop, I'll be honest. The guy creeps me out too much.
Davian kind of glances toward Petra. Says, yeah, probably best not to go back there unless you have to. He's a little off.
I hope that our actions at the lake have somewhat cleared up the muddy water between our organizations.
He says that he and his family are extremely grateful. While it's regretful that the other children were not able to be found, he is glad that you found their child for them.
I'm gonna take a glance at the rest of the party.
Yeah, there's a decent amount of people. There's a couple of the guards from earlier that, until not too recently, were actively trying to murder you. The one of them kind of nervously tips his hat to you, Aurelia, the one that stabbed you. Kind of gives you a nervous little nod.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of those guards had his brain exploded.
Yeah, I kind of exploded someone's brain.
Oh my god, I just got like the anchor man, like, I stabbed a guy. Yeah, you did. You should I think you killed a man.
Davian, if I may ask, what is your next move from here?
He says that he is going to support Rictavio as much as he can. He says that one of his goals now, especially since it's been confirmed that Strahd has become active in this place again, he wants to investigate what's going on with Lady Wachter, actually. He believes that she has been operating a cult to, unsurprisingly, Strahd. He says that he's been kind of keeping tabs on her and her family for the last 4 to 5 weeks or so. That she seems to be gathering people that might have still been loyal to Strahd and performing strange rituals, kind of trying to... He's not 100% sure, but he thinks that she's trying to strengthen Strahd somehow. Says that he's been keeping tabs on her and that there's at least a dozen individuals that have been coming and going from her basement lately.
I mean, she invited us to her house tomorrow, but I certainly don't want to bring it up, but...
I mean, I could always excuse myself and take a look.
He nods and says, well, if you were invited to her house, perhaps you all could take a look down there. It's been too dangerous for him and his people to poke around that close to enemy territory, but if you all have been invited, maybe you could take a look in the basement for him. If there is a threat brewing in the town, that's something that they should be aware of.
I mean, I think I would look suspicious going into a basement, of somebody's house that they invited me to, but, I can certainly try to do my best to see, if there's any evidence.
Would it be wise to risk hostilities reigniting?
That's also a concern. I don't want any, hostilities to arise here.
And he says that he would never put you all into a position that you would be in danger. Simply a suggestion.
Boulevard, how long can you make someone invisible for?
I believe 10 minutes. I'll double check.
I mean, I would like to at least talk to her so that, one of us is representing the party instead of talking to her, but...
Well, not
1 hour.
to offend, but we also have a few more pressing matters to attend to.
Says, of
Yes,
course.
To that end, I was wondering, in your ongoing operations, if you perhaps have an individual to spare.
As in one of the Mardikovs accompanying you?
No. Across the lake, we encountered an individual you may know,
Hmm.
Mordenkainen, a wizard who was trapped here some time ago.
He nods.
He has decided to join the fight once again, but he's lost some important items, one of which seems to be kept in the village of Barovia, in the opposite of our current trajectory. I was wondering if you had an individual to perhaps scout the town, scout Barovia, to get an angle on that while we are attending to other matters.
He says that his people do not go to Barovia. It's part of the unspoken agreement between them and Strahd that they stay out of that place, and he generally leaves them alone here. You can roll a persuasion check if you'd like to try and convince him that is in his best interest to break that agreement.
Oh, jeez. I am gonna give
Mm.
you guidance. Actually,
I don't think Veratus would push
I
that
encourage
issue,
this.
but if Aurelia or EMS wants to jump in,
I'm not gonna encourage this, us possibly murdering an entire family. Or, like, entire
me,
group.
we already screwed him over once. So what's
Right,
an
but we don't-
agreement,
we-
right?
we-
Like,
we
I
don't want-
mean,
We don't want to curb stomp them though while they're down.
Right.
Like-
Screwed him over, got their forgiveness, screw him over again. It'll all work out again, right? And it is assuming that this, yeah, I mean, you never know how it's going to work out.
I mean, this isn't intentionally screwing them over. This is a request that they are free to do with what they please.
As you're all discussing
if
this,
you want to do the persuasion, I can give you bardic inspiration, but that's up to you.
Said, Veratus wouldn't press the issue, but if somebody
Alright,
wants to
fair
jump in, that's fine.
I can turn into a crocodile now. Sorry, I was just doing something really sweet.
Hey, I can turn into a crocodile, guys.
nice.
Where did you get a trident?
So as you're all discussing this, a very elderly man approaches. His hair is stringy and very thin, but the same black as the other Mardikovs. He approaches you, and Davian says, Father Irwin, welcome. The old man waddles over to you and sits down at your table and says, These are the adventures, then. It's been so long since I've seen your type come through here, I thought we wouldn't be seeing any more adventurous types coming through ever again. Hello, I'm Irwin.
Wait. Hi. Hello.
Hello. I understand there was a bit of a misunderstanding at the winery. It's a shame the stocks were spoiled, but it was only another month's worth anyways. The fields were
We were
drying
in
up.
a difficult position.
Understandable. Don't want to put your own lives at risk for strangers.
Do you need a drink or something, sir?
What? No, of course. I'm fine, thank you.
I'm just gonna go up to the bar and get a 2 glasses of water.
Alright. So, he tells you all, essentially, he does the old man thing where he sits down and immediately starts telling the story. Like, just assumes you're all interested in hearing it. Of how his winery, he calls it his winery used to be flourishing and wonderful and always had all of the grapes, and Strahd could do nothing to stop the flow of wine. And he tells of 3 magical gems. You can see the Davian kind of wandering off, his mind going elsewhere. This is obviously a story Irwin tells to literally everyone. Petra's also heard it before too, because Irwin told her, as he tells everyone. But he tells you all of these 3 magical stones that have the power to bring life to anything that they touch, even in a place like this. He says that One of the stones was stolen from his family even before he was born, this old decrepit man. Another one was taken by a witch some 30 years ago, and the last one was stolen just a 10-day ago, just a couple of days before you all arrived. So he says that, well, it's regrettable that his grandnephew had to die. He understands why you all had to leave, and says it wouldn't have made much of a difference if you'd stayed anyways.
I must. I don't know if I would say protest, but point out, though, that if you all are as special as I've come to learn, you really should have been able to handle a few wild druids.
Nods.
Not to disrespect, but
He nods and says that the people that were at the winery were not warriors. While they do have some ability, not all of them are fit to take up the sword.
well, look, we'll try to make right, and we don't have to like each other, but we can all agree that Strahd must die. Let's just work on that end.
He nods in agreement and gets up to go tell another stranger his story. Davian says not to mind Erwin. Does that to literally every fresh face he sees.
Huh. I mean, it's an interesting story, I mean. But that's as far as I'll go, honestly. Just interesting.
Bring life to whatever they touch is vague. What would it do to
with
undead, for
nods,
example?
says he doesn't really understand how it works either. All he knows is that it's a glowing green gem that they put in the middle of their field, and everything there flourished. Up until it was stolen. A while ago.
That just sounds like weird druidic stories that even I've heard in my time, but I just don't know how believable it is.
Back in Ravnica, would I have heard about that while I was still back in that guild?
So go ahead and make a history check.
Wait, was EMS from Selesnya?
I always pictured him more as like a gruel guy. With a 9 EMS, no.
I'm gonna. I mean, it's the end of the session. Might as well. I don't know. I'm not gonna cash it in. I don't know if we're doing the breakfast thing today.
Don't cash in the contract, dude.
No. Once we leave town, one of our immediate next destinations is likely to be the Amber Temple. What do you know of it?
Says that he knows that it's a place of great evil. Knows that it's well protected. He would also know that it has something to do with how Strahd became the ruler of this place.
Yes. This faceless god, or gods, it's not extremely clear at this point.
Yeah. I just hope that, we'll at least get what we need to do done in there.
At least how Strahd's immortality upon immortality can be undone.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm ready for bed, honestly. I'm just, I think I'm just tired from the day.
We have a lot to do tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
All right, everybody. So, let's try and get a handle on how long you all have been in Barovia. So, you all can go ahead and start taking your long rest. Davian would show you all to
Love
each
that.
to a private room. You all can take your long rest now. So let's backtrack a bit. So, resting now. Your last long rest was in the church, right?
Yes.
Okay. So that would make one full day. Your last long rest before the church was back in Kresk.
Yeah.
Okay. And between those two long rests is when Esmeralda was kidnapped.
Yeah,
Was-
while we were on the road.
Okay. So that's 2 days.
Then
Check
we
on
had
Esmeralda's condition.
then we had 2 days with the House of Lament.
Okay. I'm just trying to figure out how long you've actually been in Barovia. So this just seems like the end of your 3rd day. Is that right?
That doesn't sound right. I thought it was more like 4 or 5 days.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think it's like 4 or 5 at this point.
Okay. Got it. And this is the first full day since Ez was kidnapped.
Yes.
Okay.
No, second. Is it the second or first?
Day and a half.
Okay, day and a half.
Okay.
Split the difference.
Got it. So Ez was kidnapped. Half a day went by. You took a long rest. Another full day went by. Okay. Okay, cool.
During my long rest,
Mm-hmm.
I would like to sort of take out my tinkering tools and see if I can't maybe. And it is a magical tool, so that might be difficult. But I'll take this +1 battle axe and try to sort of get rid of the dagger in my cane and try to integrate this battle axe into my cane such that it's the head. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Kind of like trim down this battle axe into sort of a cane shape using the cane that I have, if that makes sense.
What is the end goal here?
Basically to kind of use the cane as a haft and sort of make a sort of slimmer battle axe that looks kind of like a cane.
Okay. So this is just a purely aesthetic thing you want to do to it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
So it's not like a Viking battle axe, but it's, something
a little more elegant.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That. I feel like that would. Well, no, you're an artificer, so it would take less time. Yeah, you can do that during your long rest. That's fine.
Do you want me to roll Tinker's Tools?
For a purely aesthetic thing with no mechanical advantages, I would say yes, but the worst that could happen is that it comes out ugly looking. Okay. Perfectly adequate.
Okay.
All right, everybody. Once you all are done with your long rest, early morning the following day, we'll call it 8 o'clock. What do y'all want to do?
Alright, so do we all attend, or some of us gonna hold back?
Well, what is it that you're trying to do, Sam?
I mean, I could become a spider and just kind of creepy crawl my way down to the basement.
I like that idea.
You
Did
would
you
be
want
alone.
invisibility as well, or?
Yeah, that could help. I was also planning on putting Pass Without a Trace on me. Not too many good 1/2 CRs for beasts, unfortunately.
Can I do a quick sort of memory sweep? So after having learned that Wagner seems to have this cult of Strahd, this vampiric cult that she's putting together,
Uh-huh.
can I think back to our interactions with her? Does anything seem off about her demeanor, appearance?
You mean aside from the fact that she spoke directly into your mind?
Well, okay, yes, there is that. I mean, so we can obviously assume that she's at least a practitioner of magic, but does anything about her physicality seem specifically supernatural?
Go ahead and make a retroactive perception check.
Nothing.
No.
Well, look, Sam, I'm not going to tell you not to do this, but if this is a cult dedicated to vampirism, just expect the unexpected.
Already
mean-
expected. Wait.
You was gonna say, coming from the guy that literally turned into a vampire of sorts, I don't know what to
So
expect.
you should take
honestly.
my advice.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go with the flow, and yeah.
It's still relatively early for your appointment with the Walkers. Is there anything you wanted to do before then, or are you just waiting until 10 and then heading over there?
What is it like? How many
8.
hours before
It's
10
8.
o'clock? 8 o'clock? Well, we can go check on Blinsky.
That we can.
Or we could also visit the Burgomeister's son. I know that's something two of you wanted to do.
I mean, I just don't want to end up, being executed because I didn't go to breakfast. So I just kind of want to go over there,
Probably no. Oh, hell, I could break this at either location. Let's just go to breakfast.
All right. Okay, so to the Walker house then. Waiting a couple hours. The Burgomaster is still tied up in the stocks in the center of town. When you all pass by him, he is, I wouldn't call it as much asleep as unconscious, hanging in the stocks. No one's surrounding him anymore. He's there by himself.
You know, he wouldn't really have much of a reason to lie anymore if we wanted to get any more specifics.
Are you talking Belinsky or?
No, the Burgomeister over there. You know,
What are you trying to say?
well, it's got nothing left to lose.
True. I mean, I look. I'm just gonna go. I mean, we can go over there. We can talk to her. We can see what we get. But I mean, if we get some sort of truth out of it, cool. But if we don't, I mean, what are we really losing?
So do y'all want to go talk to him?
I'll walk over and kind of give him the slap.
He comes to. Oh, it's you. What do you want? There's nothing more you can take from me.
I mean,
What do you know of Strahd?
I know that I saved this town from him. They're all doomed now, thanks to you.
Where did you get this idea that you've been doing this whole
Idea.
save this? Where did it come from? That's what I meant.
I orchestrated the festival. The festival of endless light, and the next day he was gone. What more proof do you want?
So you're saying that if a town, some guy in the town scratched his ass on the same day, that then the next day Strahd was gone, scratching his ass on the same day was the cause?
You know such a man with such power?
I don't know. It just seems kind of fucking weird, don't you think?
I mean, you look like a fool.
I am just a fool now, thanks to all of you.
Where did you meet the mutated one? Where did you meet Isaac?
I found him. Wandering alone on the old Svalich road 22 years ago.
We keep hearing that number, 22 years.
He's 21. This was just before Strahd was killed the first time. Well, not the
21.
first time, but you know.
Did he have any deformities when you met him then?
Indeed, in fact, it's strange he hasn't aged a day. Found him just as he was the day you murdered him.
Wait.
What?
You did attack us.
You kind of wanted us to be executed.
You
so-
left me no choice.
Did we?
What we did was borrow your dress.
We were
I mean-
just minding our own business, walking.
I mean, and also we gave back the dress. I don't know
You
if you
cast
realized that,
curses on me and my men. You tried to manipulate our minds.
I mean, your
Hello?
son was right. It was kind of funny that I did that to you. I'm not gonna
God.
lie.
Be gone with you. Let me die in peace.
Did those things to avoid this exact situation. Do you understand that?
Kind of just squints at you.
Yeah, we kind of didn't want to kill you, so the best way was to make sure that you weren't gonna kill us in that house if we took the dress. And honestly, it was just perfect the fact that I was able to suggest that. Yeah,
Well, you have killed me and you have doomed Valakai. I hope you're proud.
Well, that's the greatest irony, isn't it? If you just left us alone, you'd still be in power.
yeah. I'm gonna give him 2 thumbs up and then walk toward the Walker house.
I'll follow.
I'm assuming Isaac's body's gone, right?
Oh yeah, Isaac's body's long gone. The blood's still there.
Huh. Just kind of curious to see if he's actually dead.
So, is the Burgomeister the only one who's in Stockades now?
Yes.
What's it called? I'm gonna go up to Okay. I'm gonna go up to Varanus and just say, I'm assuming Varanus has like a bunch of pockets on him, right?
Well, he has pockets. Varanus wears a kind of trench coat, collared, like a riding coat.
Okay, so instead of put a hand on your shoulder and just say, just make an excuse of why I'm coming late, and then I'm going to wild shape into a spider and slip into a pocket.
Ah, nice.
Well,
Which
Yeah.
is the same pocket that Blinsky lives in. Or Blinky.
Blinky, nice.
I'm in the store now.
Right, you know Blinky, the Slinky. You hear a voice that says, "Welcome. Do you like what I've done with the place?"
I just shrug it because I can't speak.
Really hope you know what you're doing, Sam.
I'm just playing with the
Me
slinky.
too.
You don't want to hear the DM say that?
I didn't say anything. I don't know what you're talking about.
yeah. Wait, what? I heard nothing. I don't know what you're talking about, dude.
I honestly didn't think my Discord had that low of a threshold, so oops. No, anytime the party wants to split up, it's nervous for DM. So,
Yeah.
but yeah.
I mean, to be
Alright.
fair, there's also a reason to never split the party in the first place. So.
All right, so
Cool.
you all making your way to the Locker House?
Oh. Wow.
All right, everybody.
Oh wow.
So, this house seems disgusted with itself. roof slouches, hangs heavy over furrowed gables. The walls are covered with moss and they sag and bulge under the weight of the vegetation. As you study the house's sullen countenance, you can hear it kind of groaning slightly. Yeah, this house, if a house could hate itself, this house would certainly do so.
It's not creepy at all.
Never seen a house that I would describe as looking ill.
You know, you're not wrong there.
Okay. So, out in front of the house, what are y'all doing?
Shall we knock?
Yeah, I mean, I'll knock.
Yeah, I suppose I'll leave my steel defender at the door for
Got it.
future reference.
It is important to note that there is a path leading off of the front entrance that leads around to what looks like the cellar door leading downward. You all would see that as you approach. Just in case Sam was planning on heading down there.
Oh, yeah,
What?
I am on my way.
Okay, so you're heading over there?
I'm heading over there, yeah.
Alright, so, knocking on the door, an ancient man answers. He looks like he is basically just a skeleton with skin stretched over it. Welcome to Walkster House. The lady is expecting you. You can practically hear his bones creak as he steps to the side and gestures you inside.
I'll start with walking then.
Yep.
Alright. So, the front door opens into a narrow vestibule area. There's 3 stained glass doors on that lead away from the main entrance area. Sam, you would have made your way over to the side of the house and to the stairs leading down at this point. It is a locked cellar door, but being a spider, there are plenty of spider-sized cracks and crannies for you to squeeze through the doors into.
I also have dark vision, so it's cool.
Alright. Okay, so, as you all enter into the vestibule, the ancient butler allows you into the main area and through one of the 3 stained glass doors into a very well-appointed parlor area. Here, there are 3 elegant couches surrounding an oval table made of black glass. All are set in front of a blazing hearth, above which hangs the portrait of a smirking nobleman, sporting a broken nose and a tangled hair, graying at the temples. Several similar portraits hang along the wall. You've all noticed, on your maybe 15-foot walk from the vestibule into the parlor, you've noticed no less than 8 paintings of this one man hanging up everywhere. In the parlor, Lady Walker sits in one of the large chairs, and she stands and she says, "Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for accepting my invitation. Oh, I could have sworn there were 4 of you. Where is the one with the nose?"
Yes, unfortunately he fell very ill. Hopefully he feels better soon, but he was not, that great earlier.
Hopefully, indeed. I would also very much hope that he is doing better. Well, I'll let Clive know that we'll only be serving 4 plates today.
Yeah, I think he may have had the hangover. Hopefully he, recovers from such that hangover, but...
So I certainly do hope so. We would hate for him to fall too ill.
Right.
It was the mountain that did it. We were up in the mountains the other day.
Whatever could lead you up there.
We were just, curious about a few things on the, mountain.
Rumors. That's all.
Oh, of the Mad Wizard, I'm sure.
Yes, but rumors, they just were, it seems.
Oh, I always assumed as much. People talk. Their imaginations run wild.
Right.
So, was there something specific you wanted to discuss with us?
As well, not anything too particular, more of a thank you for allowing my family to return to our proper seat at the head of this town.
Well, I appreciate you inviting all of us to your house.
Says, yes, yes. It is a wonderful place, isn't it? I do love it so.
It certainly has its charm.
Alright, we are going to cut to Sam. Sam, once you get down through the cracks of the door, it is dark down here, of course. And the first thing that you hear is chanting coming from somewhere. You can hear what sounds like several male voices chanting in some sort of strange language. What languages do you speak, Sam?
Um, just common, druidic, and Loxodon. Oh,
Okay.
and Sylvan.
Okay. You hear a strange language that you're unfamiliar with, emanating from somewhere. But as your eyes adjust and you can see into this darkness, all you see is a large root cellar with a dirt floor. There are two ascending flights of stone steps enclosed by wooden railings standing across from each other in this cellar. There's a lot of tracks on the ground in the dirt that lead from one staircase to the other, and other trails go from both staircases to the center of a bare wall to the west. There are 4 neatly made cots set in a row against the south wall.
And I'm assuming that's where the chanting is coming from.
You can't tell where the chanting is coming from. There's nobody in this room.
Okay, so I guess I'll just head over to the wall with the footsteps heading into the wall that just has, is there any creases anywhere?
How do you get there?
I guess I will kind of hug the wall, so I'll stay on the wall and not touch the floor.
Okay. So yeah, crawling along the wall, you head south along the wall and then westward, and when you get to the wall, you can see that the footsteps do most certainly terminate right up on a wall, leading you to believe that there is some sort of entrance here, but you can't see it. Make a perception check with your spider.
It's straight. Okay, let's see if I can do this here. Perception with spider. 5.
Yeah, I mean, it's safe to say that there is a secret entrance here, Sam, but you cannot spot it.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And the
okay.
chanting is certainly coming from the other side of that wall.
Sure. I'll start kind of scouting out the room and, as best I can, just kind of get a sense of kind of sticking to like where. I mean, I'm assuming there's like spider webs everywhere, right?
Yeah, there would be cobwebs up in the corners and whatnot.
Sure. I will just kind of stick close to some cobwebs and kind of just make my way towards the what's it called? The stairway going back up, but not from the cellar, from the other way. Because you said there was another stairway going up, right?
Yes, there is a stairway that appears to just lead up into the main house.
Yeah, I'll just head that way.
Okay. Cool. All right. So,
Oh,
yeah.
just one last thing. I'm gonna try and remember. I'm gonna try and remember the most common, I guess, word that is being chanted. So like I like whatever sound it is. I'm just gonna try and remember the sound. And
Okay.
then to see if, yeah. So.
Okay, cool. All right, yeah. Just making your way back upstairs. At this point, while that was happening downstairs, you all were having your conversation with Lady Fiona Wachter upstairs. Yeah. So her purpose for gathering you here is to thank you for facilitating her rise back to power, her family's rise back to power. She says she would mention to you all that when she was a little girl, her mother was the burgomaster of this place, and that a group of adventurers, not unlike yourselves, saw her deposed, and after the fact, in that power vacuum, the Burgomaster is able to step in and take over from that family. So yeah,
The Burgomeister seemed to be a rather vindictive man. How did you avoid his wrath for so long?
while Izek was a formidable ally to the Burgomaster, it would still be dangerous to try and confront her and her family. She has friends at her disposal as well. And also, she believes that the Burgomaster, that Vargas, she would call him, not the Burgomaster, she would believe that Vargas never fully believed that Strahd had fully gone, and so wouldn't move against her for fear of reawakening or angering him.
So was that why he was so adamant that the town was saved from him because of his celebrations, we'll call them?
Yeah, possibly.
You did mention that you are an advocate of the Count.
She nods and says, "Of course, this place is his. We simply live in it. What right do any of us have to attempt to oppose someone who is the land?"
Have you had any personal dealings with the Count?
She says, "No. Her mother used to be able to speak with him. She would pray to him nightly and he would answer, give her instructions and such things, but she's never been so lucky."
How long have
Pray
you
to him.
prayed to him?
She says, "Well, she does every night."
Hmm.
What is he, some sort of god now?
She says, "Now?"
My friend means no insult. We've been attempting to assemble the lineage of the Count here. We're new to the land, as you might suspect. We've heard many different rumors.
She nods, says that, well, there are, of course, many stories, but there is one thing that is true. Strahd holds dominion over all things in this land.
Actually, our quest to that effect has pointed us towards a place in the mountains, an amber temple. Do you know anything of it?
She said that her mother would often take pilgrimages there to be closer to the power of Strahd. All she knows is that it is somehow linked to Strahd's source of power, what makes him what he is.
But you don't know what lies there.
She does not. Or she says that she does not.
Okay. I mean, I had a thought. I don't know why it escaped me, but I mean, the food is pretty good. I'll say that.
Haven't started eating yet. Y'all are still in the parlor hanging out. Food has not been
Oh,
served
okay.
yet.
Okay.
You can smell it. It smells delicious. It's coming from the kitchen. But yeah, nothing has been brought to you yet.
Gotcha.
Like she's so nervous, she comments on the food that's not even here yet.
You all hear what sounds like a human making cat noises coming from upstairs, and then a loud thunk.
Is everything alright?
Lady Wachter says, "Oh, yes, I'm sorry. My daughter. It's another point of contention between the Burgomeister and myself. Some couple of years ago, we decided to try and pair our families together. Try and form an alliance, bridge the gap between our families, if you will. But that blasted son of his drove my Stella mad. She believes herself to be a cat now."
Oh yeah. I mean, I have told the family a few times that the son, obviously doing magic, could kill himself or possibly cause harm, and
Oh,
I
cause
guess
harm indeed. Who would ever marry my daughter now?
It's all the more surprising that you decided to let him off.
Oh, let him off. I plan to murder him quite thoroughly.
I see.
Oh, the son! The son! Oh.
yeah, the son,
Oh, yes, the
not Vargas.
Well, the son has his uses. A powerful wizard he is. Well, the match between my daughter and himself was not meant to be. She was rather useless to begin with. The
She
young
had
Vargas, though.
no special talents that she has or anything, or
Some people found her pleasant to look at, I suppose.
unfortunate.
well, I do apologize that some magics have caused her to not be able to get married, but hopefully that you will find some solution in the future.
Hopefully, hopefully. Yes, my husband seems to think that eventually she'll snap out of it, but he doesn't know what he's talking about.
May I suggest, or at least presume something of the cat-like behavior in the whole accident that she went through?
She nods.
Maybe if you can get the former burgomaster's son to potentially find a cure for her behavior, maybe you can find some use out of that.
If he
Instead of
intended to
trying.
cure her, he would have done it by now. He's the one who cursed her in this way to begin with.
That is fair.
Indeed.
It's fine. I just keep her locked in the room and put food and water under the door. She'll be fine.
Vargas's son. Does he pray to Strahd?
No, another non-believer just like his father. If he wasn't so useful, I would probably have had him done in already. Sam, what are you up to? Are you still... Yeah, where are you at?
Well, I just heard a big giant cat sound, so I'm going there.
Okay, cool. So Sam's just wandering through the house. It's wonderful.
Yeah, I just pretending that he's hungover or something like that. Oh, Sam, he's actually wandering the house.
Like, long shot, understandably, but is there any chance that I spy a spider suddenly come out of a doorway?
Let me
head
see.
down the
Let me take a
hall?
look here.
I am
No.
very much,
Unfortunately,
very fearful.
there is no chance. From where you all are seating and the pathing Sam would have had to take, there would be no sight lines.
You just see a little small cardboard box.
Yeah. Just a box. All right, Sam. So
I'm hugging walls and ceilings. I'm not touching the floor. If I see
Right.
a person, I am like hiding.
Okay. All right. So, you go up the staircase leading up from the basement, and there is. It appears to be another secret passage. There is no clear way out of this stairwell, but climbing around as a spider, you can easily find the cracks and whatnot and squeeze your way through, and then up into the main stairwell. That is right around when you would have heard the thunk and the cat noises coming from upstairs, and begin making your way up to the second story of this place. Once you get up to the top landing, there are several doors. There is... We'll just say, which door would you like to take? North, south, east, or west?
Let's say north.
North? Okay.
Yeah.
You enter into a bedroom. Across from the door, a fire sputters and struggles for life in the hearth. Above the hearth hangs a family portrait. A noble-looking father and mother, their two young sons, and a baby daughter in the father's arms. The sons are smiling in a way that suggests mischief. The parents look like uncrowned royalty. Wood paneling covers the walls of this room. There's a closet and a mirror in the corner. To To the north, a wide canopied bed lies pinned between matching end tables with oil lamps. Stretched out on one side of the bed is a man dressed in black. His eyes are covered with a copper piece each. There's a striking resemblance to the father in the painting. The man is very dead.
What?
Wait, hold on. What?
There's a dead man up here. Copper piece each in the eyes?
Copper piece over each eye.
What the fuck?
He appears to have been dead for quite some time.
And it looks like, not like, it's obviously like staged, right? It's like he's like, oh my, I'm checking the other rooms. Where are the boys? Where are the boys?
All right, Sam. So leaving that room behind, there are several other bedrooms up here. There are 2 bedrooms that look like they have beds sized for children. They are both empty. There are no corpses or anything like that. 2 empty rooms. And then you hear the cat noises again and a loud thump coming from the last room that you have not investigated yet.
Do the 2, children's rooms, do they look like they were recently lived in?
No, they do not. They are dusty. It looks like no one has been in here for many years.
Oh no. Okay, since I hear something coming from the other door, I'm gonna approach this door from the top, not from the bottom.
Okay, nice, okay.
And then, what do I see in this room?
Okay. The room is musty and dark. There is an iron bed fitted with leather straps standing against a wall. There are no other furnishings. Scurrying into a corner on all fours is a young woman in a soiled nightgown. She leaps onto the bed and hisses like a cat. She says in a hissing, almost feline voice, she says, "Little kitty doesn't know you. Little kitty can smell you. Where are you? Show yourself." She then hisses.
So, first of all, Sam's gonna let out a little spider toot. That's a little...
Oh no.
Gonna what?
I'm just gonna like like a little fart out of fear. Just, like something just caught me.
She begins looking around wildly. She leaps across the room and slams into a wall and starts scratching at it, thinking that that might have been where you were, and then she starts looking around again.
Oh shit.
Madam, is the slamming normal of all the walls?
She says, I apologize. Should I send my man up to silence her?
I mean, that's up to you, but I'm more concerned about your daughter's health and slamming against walls.
Oh, she'll be fine. She does this all the time.
Again, I mean, it's up to you. It's just,
You all,
rather
at this
odd.
point, you all hear the shrieking coming from upstairs. The little kitty can smell you.
I'm gonna just leave.
Yeah, I think it's better to calm her so that, yeah, she doesn't hurt herself.
Well, really, we really are very busy today, and I feel as though we've imposed at this stage. Thank you very much for your hospitality, but
But we haven't had breakfast yet. Please, you must stay at least for the meal. It should be ready momentarily.
Yeah, let's, at least have the meal first, and then we can go.
fair enough.
She says, to the dining room then. And she stands up. Across the hall from the parlor is a very well-appointed dining room. Yeah. Ornate dining table, crystal chandelier, the works. The silverware is old. The dishes are chipped, but they are all still quite elegant. There are 8 high-backed chairs. She gestures the 3 of you to sit directly across from her, while she takes the empty middle seat across from you. So, lengthwise on the table.
So, what are your plans now that you've resumed your rule?
Well, the first thing will be to establish the proper respect for our Lord of the Land in this town. It's a feature that has been sorely lacking, a true faith. I suppose Father Donovan will be first on the agenda. Y'all wouldn't happen to be in the business of priest killing, would you? And then she starts laughing as if she just made a funny joke.
Well, perhaps, Aurelia, Oliver, it would be best if were the ones to take care of such a task.
Yes.
I would personally get some interesting looks, obviously, if I killed the priest, but, you know,
Well,
without incentive, I wouldn't be opposed.
these are strange times, Aurelia. We all have to step outside of our comfort zone every now and again.
Like I said, I
Indeed.
wouldn't be opposed without some incentive, but...
She says, "Oh, well, if anyone was to perform such a task for me, I suppose I wouldn't be opposed to paying them as much as a small portion of my fortune. Perhaps 200 gold each would do the job.
Whoa.
Just a
My
small
eyes light
thing."
up for a second, and then I try to be stoic about it.
The father has been such a thorn in my side, and I would greatly appreciate not having to get my hands dirty with such blood as his.
Is there
No.
anything you require of the father beyond his discreet disappearance?
Well, the destruction of his church would also be a wonderful addition.
I mean, I believe he has no real, ties or connection to, the abbot, correct? I mean...
The abbot? You mean that madman that lives up in the church in Kresk?
The very same.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
I mean,
not
he
that
is
I'm aware
mad,
of.
but I'm just more concerned about, that madman and the priest in town, having some sort of, collusion, if you know what I'm saying.
She nods. At this point, the decrepit old man slowly starts bringing plates out. They're covered with those little silver domes and everything. Starts bringing them out very slowly. He's walking at like a snail's pace. He could barely move. Starts placing them in front of you as you continue your conversation. Sam, how thoroughly are you exploring upstairs after you've left Stella's room?
Well, I checked all the bedrooms, right?
You've checked the bedrooms, yes. There is a set of double oak doors that you haven't gone into yet.
Sure, let's check those. Double oak doors. Okay, so I'm gonna check for traps on here. Check for anything that's.
Make a perception check.
So I can use my perception check. I double checked the ruling. But,
Okay, cool.
But double check for traps on that door.
Okay. You don't see any traps, but you do hear something odd. A lot of cats. You can hear several cats.
Not like humanoid cats, but just
No,
cats.
like actual cats.
What are they saying? Because I can understand them.
You can understand cats as they speak cat. Basic cat shit. Food. Is that a mouse? Bored. What's this? And then a crash. Stuff like that.
Okay. Same as Cat Girl's room. Just go over the top.
Okay.
Kind of double checking to make sure there isn't a cat on like above.
On like a ledge near you or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Just double checking everything.
Okay. Yeah. You don't see anything up high. There's no bookshelves directly. Oh, wait, there is actually a bookshelf directly to the south of where you enter. Roll a d10.
Oh, fun.
Okay. There is no cat on the bookshelf directly to the left of you. Closest cat is a good 10 feet from the door.
Sure. Let's just immediately go to the roof.
Okay. Just up onto the ceiling. All right. The room's crawling with cats. Bookshelves hug the south wall. Most of the shelves are bare. Other furnishings include a desk, a chair, a table, a wine cabinet. The room has an irregular shape. None of its angles seem quite right, as though the shifting of the house has set the whole place off.
There's a bed here, right? Or
It looks like an office or a library type space.
and it looks lived in.
It looks like it was at one point. It does look like it hasn't been lived in quite a long time. The cats have basically taken it over.
What the fuck is going on with the cats? Is there like a head honcho cat here somewhere?
Hey man, leave those cats alone.
Is there okay? Just last thing I'm checking. Is there a cat here that is acting like the cats we saw earlier, like pompous, very like, almost regal in a sense, I guess.
No, these cats seem very borderline feral.
Fuck. Do I see where they came in from? Is it like a broken window or something?
There are bowls and plates and things left out for them.
What is going on here?
No broken windows, nothing like that. It looks like this is where they live.
Okay. Cat girl in one room, bunch of cats in this room.
Dead man in the master bedroom.
Dead man in the master bedroom, 2 missing kids. What the fuck is going on?
What the fuck?
It's I kind of want to just break wild shape and talk to these things, but no, it's gonna have to be a no.
One of them launches itself across the room at one of the other cats. They start viciously fighting each other.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna leave the room before they fucking like decide to come at me or something.
You sure you don't want to reveal yourself to a room full of feral cats?
Pretty sure. I'll just head out.
Okay.
What the fuck is going on?
All right, back downstairs. The plates have all come out. Lady Wachter has positioned herself across the table from you all. The three of you have your backs to the exterior facing wall, and she is facing all of you. So she says, again, thank you all so much for joining me here tonight. It is a great pleasure to have you. Now, before we begin our meal, let us say a prayer. She puts her hands out and kind of looks towards you all expectantly.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll for now play along and go with the prayer.
Okay. Dark Lord Strahd, hear us now. She begins with just the basic religious mumbo, just the thank you for the food, thank you for our blessings, thank you for delivering these fine people to me so that they may assist me in my endeavors, and so on and so forth. And as she's going through this obviously practiced ritual that she has, she says, and you see her brow furrow and then her eyes pop open wide. She cocks her head to the side as if listening to something. Yes, Lord Strahd, you honor me.
Can I do an insight check to believe if she's actually
Roll insight.
I'll use the sessional.
Okay. She seems genuinely shook. Like, this is something that she's done hundreds of times. First time this has happened.
Alright, I'll
Genuinely
just
shook.
note that. What the?
That was a mistake. That was a
Whoops.
mistake.
Large reduce, huh, sir?
She says,
A giant call to burst into the dining room. No.
she's listening intently. Yes. Yes, of course. Of course, Lord Strahd. It is as you wish. Thank you for blessing me with your voice. Yes. Yes, thank you. She puts her hands down. Well, it appears you all have been less than truthful with me, and I am very disappointed. It's all right, though. You see, our great Dark Lord anticipated your, we'll call it, distaste. He had had my friends below working something up just for you. He had never expected you all to arrive so close to his plans, but here you are.
Listen, we don't have to do this.
She starts, a smile begins to crack her face. She's like, oh, I have been waiting my whole life to do this. The candles begin to darken in the room.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna take the first crack at this. Fuck it.
I'm
Fuck
mentally
it.
wondering how I
I'm
did
already
first. Yeah.
prepared.
Aurelia, as you reach for your rapier, a strong hand grabs yours from behind you. You see a long, skeletal, pale, white skin as it reaches down and grabs a hold of you, Aurelia.
Motherfucker.
We're gonna call it a session there.
Oh, nice. Awesome. That is
Alright.
creepy as